Good morning, Year 1. Today we're going to be continuing to look at our numbers from 0 to 20.
Our words for today are how many, one more, one less, more than, and less than. So see how many of those you can get into the lesson today. Right, let's begin with our power up. Just like yesterday, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to have to ask your adult to set a timer for 1 minute on their phone. Once the timer begins, see how many numbers from 0 to 20 you can write down within the time. Don't worry if you can't get them all. We will be doing it again tomorrow, and you might be able to get them all then. Pause the video here and write your numbers. Great job! Have a look on the screen and check that your numbers are in the right order. Remember, don't worry if you've made a mistake. We will try again tomorrow. Let's discover together. Have a look at these cubes here. What do you notice about these numbers? Have a little think. And what do you think is going to come next? Pause the video here and talk with the adult you're with about what you notice about the numbers in this picture, and then have a guess to see if you can think of what that next number is. Pause the video now. Have you done that? Well done. I'll tell you what I noticed about these numbers. All of these numbers start with a group of 10. Can you see that here? And then they have some ones on top. This one has 1 1. This one has 2 ones. This one has 3 ones. And this one has 4 ones. I noticed that that number is getting bigger, and it was going up by 1 every time. With each block, they were adding 1 more. Here we've got 10 and 1, which is 11. Here we've got 10 and 2, 1 more than 11 is 12. Here we've got 10 and 3, 1 more than 12 is 13. And here we've got 10 and 4, 1 more than 13 is 14. So what do you think is going to come next if we're adding 1 more each time? Our last number was 14. What is my next number going to be? That's right, it's 15. 10 and 5 ones is 15, and that is 1 more than 14. Well done if you figured out that answer. Let's think together about finding 1 more and 1 less. The questions we have on the board say, can you find 1 more than 14? Can you find 1 less than 14? Use objects to help you find the answer. Now I'm going to be using cubes on my screen, but you can look around the house for things that you have a lot of and count along with me whilst I'm doing this. Let's start with, can you find 1 more than 14? To begin this, I'm going to need to have 14 objects. I've made a tower, but let's just check it's 14. You ready to count along with me? I want to hear those voices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14. Now, the first question says, can you find 1 more than 14? If I'm finding 1 more, what's going to happen to my number? Is it going to get bigger or is it going to get smaller? That's right. If I'm finding more, that means my number is going to get bigger. And if we're getting bigger, are we adding or are we taking away? Brilliant. We are adding. Listen to the question again and see if you can figure out how many I'm going to need to add. Can you find 1 more than 14? How many am I going to need to add? That's right, I'm going to need to add 1. So I'm going to put 1 cube on top of my pile. You ready? Fantastic. Now, let's find the answer by counting how many cubes there are now. Make sure you're using those big loud voices to count along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The answer is 15. Now let's see if we can find one less than 14. For this, I need to make sure I'm starting at 14 again. So let's just double check that tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Brilliant, I have 14. Now, the question is asking me to find one less. If I'm finding one less, what's going to happen to my number? Is it going to get bigger or smaller if I'm finding less? Well done, it's going to get smaller. Now, if something's getting smaller, am I adding or am I taking away? Fantastic, I'm going to be taking away. See if you can listen to the question again and find out how many I'm going to be taking away. Can you find one less than 14? How many is it asking to take away? Brilliant. It's asking to find one less, so I need to take away one. Watch the screen now as I take away one. There it goes. Right, let's count to find what the answer is. You ready? Use those big loud voices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The answer is 13. Great job at finding one more and one less. Let's see how we're going to find one more and one less this time. Let's read the questions first. Can you find one more than 12? Can you find one less than 12? Use a number line to help you find the answer. So before we were using objects, but now we're going to use a number line. What do you think the first step is going to be if I need to find one more than 12? That's right, I need to look on my number line and find the number 12. I'm going to circle it so that I don't get confused. Can you spot the number 12 on the number line? That's right, there it is. There is 12. Now, I'm going to start by finding one more than 12. If I'm finding more, let's just remind ourselves, what's happening to the number? Is it getting bigger or smaller? And are we adding or taking away? That's right. The number is going to get bigger and we are going to be adding. Now, if we're adding, that means we need to move forward on our number line. We know that when we use a number line, we draw jumps to help us. Listen to the question and see if you can find out how many jumps we're going to need to do. Can you find one more than 12? How many jumps are we going to need to do? That's right, we're going to need to do one jump because it's asking to find one more. Just remind me, if we're finding one more, do we need to jump forwards or backwards on the number line? That's right, the number is going to get bigger, so we need to jump forwards. I'm going to do one jump from 12 on my number line. Can you see? 1. I think I'll circle the answer just to make sure that I don't get confused. Can you see? What is one more than 12? That's right, one more than 12 is 13. I'll write that here. Let's look at the next part of the question. The next part of my question is asking if I can find one less than 12. Just remind me, if I'm finding less, what happens to the number? Does it get bigger or smaller? Do we add or do we take away? That's right. If we're finding one less, the number will get smaller and we will be taking away. many do we need to take away? Listen to the question again and see if you can hear. Can you find one less than 12? How many are we taking away? Brilliant, we're taking away 1. That means I only need to do 1 jump on my number line. Now this time we're going to be finding less. When we're finding 1 less, do we need to jump forwards or do we need to jump backwards on a number line? Well done. If we're finding less, that means the number's going to get smaller. So we need to jump backwards. Now, I've already found 12 here. So I need to start from 12 and do 1 jump backwards. Can you see what number it's landed on? What number is it? That's right, it's landed on number 11. So that must be my answer. Great job helping me find 1 more and 1 less using objects and a number line. Your task today is to find 1 more and 1 less than these numbers here. 14, 19, 50, 7, 17, 1 and 18. In your workbook, you can write the number and write 1 less than that number next to it and 1 more than that number the other side of it. You can make a table to show all of the numbers just like this. Now you can either draw out your number lines and use them, or you could use the objects from around your house to find 1 more and 1 less. Your challenge for today is, what is 1 more than 1 10 and 3 1s? See if you can use objects to make a group of 1 10 and 3 1s, and then find what is 1 more than that. Don't forget to take those pictures and send them to your teacher. Well done, fantastic job finding 1 more and 1 less today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.